Well, as a pastor, I've had the joy of seeing people give their life to Jesus Christ. It's always wonderful to see the joy that they have, the excitement that they have of their newfound relationship with the Lord, their faith and their salvation. And that initial joy is always refreshing to see. And one of the things that new believers want to do is to share their excitement. And too often, if we're not careful, we as church leaders in church can put a damper on that. And let's not do that. Let's fan the flame. But over time, that joy can begin to fade. And so as a pastor, I have seen their joy, but I've also seen those that have become disheartened over time, and they lose that joy, and they walk away from the church and walk away from the Lord altogether. And I'm here to say that we must not give up on Christ. We must continue to mature in our relationship with Him, not give up, but continue to mature. And so I want to read to you Hebrews chapter 5, verse 11 through chapter 6, verse 3. We have a great deal to say about this, and it's difficult to explain since you have become too lazy to understand. Although by this time you ought to be teachers, you need someone to teach you the basic principles of God's revelation again. You need milk, not solid food. Now, everyone who lives on milk is inexperienced with the message about righteousness because he is an infant. But solid food is for the mature, for those whose senses have been trained to distinguish between good and evil. Therefore, let us leave the elementary teaching about Christ and go on to maturity, not laying again a foundation of repentance from dead works, faith in God, teaching about ritual washings, laying on of the hands, the resurrection of the dead, and eternal judgment. And we will do this if God permits. And so we are not to give up on the Lord, but we're to press on. And so as long as you have breath, press on in maturity so that you can grow in your relationship with Him.